Good morning, dear children. So, we have come to the second part of chapter 3. So, we were looking at the qualities of a good student. And what were the qualities we are supposed to have? We are supposed to be excellent in academic matters, that is, you should be excellent in studies. And then you can be very curious and you should have a thirst for knowledge. What is knowledge? To know things. And thirsty for knowledge means like you always want to learn and know about new things. And then you should have respect for others. Do you think so? That's a good habit. Yes, respect for others. And then the next quality is that you should have a readiness to work hard. You should be very ready to do things, and when you have to write or read, learn something, you should be ready. It might be hard. It might be hard to study something new. But when you're ready, I want to learn it, then you will be able to learn it very well, very quickly. So you should be very ready. And if your mother is telling you, write this, Monet, write this, Mole, and you're saying, I can't, then what happens? You're not ready and it becomes very difficult for you. You'll say, I can't, and it will not be easy. So you should always be ready for studies. And then who's going to study? You have to be studying. So if you are ready and finish it fast, it will be easy. Next one, attitude towards teachers and others. Respect for your teachers. That's very important. If you're not going to respect your teachers, you will not be able to learn anything. Do you think so? You need your wisdom from above, and God will bless those who are obedient to their elders and their teachers. Then you should be punctual and responsible. Whenever you have a work, you must finish it on time. Punctuality is doing things on time. So punctual. When you have to give your homework, you must finish your homework. That is doing it on time. You're very punctual. If you're doing things punctually, then that is going to be very good for you to become a good student. Then you should be responsible. If you have to finish a work, you must keep your notebooks and your textbooks all together, and your things, you should be responsible for that, and you must be ready to take care of all your books and keep your homework, everything completed. And that's responsibility. You will show your responsibility by taking care of what is given to you. If you are given only a small thing to do, and if you are not doing, I don't know, is that responsibility? That's not responsibility. You must be ready to take care of what is given to you. Next, character formation. You must be ready to have good habits. If you are going to form good habits, and that's by listening to others and obeying. And when you have good habits, it's going to make you into a good person and you will be smart and successful. Then, learning from experience. From others' experience, you can learn. When you are learning, somebody's telling you, don't touch fire, and then you go and touch fire, what happens? You're learning from your experience. Now you know fire will burn you. But if you can learn from experience when somebody tells you, that's the best way. So now let's look at the rest of there's a story. Okay, let's read this story. Danger behind bad habits. What's the meaning of that? Danger. There is a danger behind every bad habit you are having. So a teacher found one of her students developing some bad habits. She decided to correct him. So what is that? She was watching a student, and the teacher knew that one of her students was having a bad habit, and she decided to tell him about it and to correct him. So what does she do? Repeat with me. We are going to read that. The teacher took the student for a stroll through a garden. She was talking on the importance of getting rid of bad habits and developing good ones. So what happened was, the teacher and the student is going for a walk. What's the meaning of a stroll? A stroll means a walk. So the teacher took the student for a walk through a garden. And the teacher was talking on the importance of getting rid of bad habits and developing good ones. So she told him about the importance of having good habits, and it's very important to get rid of bad habits. And what happened was, so they were in a garden, and she was stopping suddenly. So now repeat with me. Stopping suddenly, she asked the boy to pull out a tiny plant growing there. The boy held the plant between his thumb and forefinger and pulled it out. So what happened? The teacher stopped, and suddenly the teacher was telling, okay, pull out that, pull out that tiny plant that is growing there. And the boy just pulled it up very easily. He just put, it's very easy to pull out a small plant. So next what happened is the teacher asked him to pull out a slightly bigger plant. So the teacher asked him to, the next plant was a little more bigger. And the boy pulled hard, and earlier the boy was just pulling with his thumb and his forefinger, and it just came out. But now he was pulling hard, and then the plant came out, roots and all. Next, what happens? Now, take this one out, said the teacher, indicating a guava tree. So, what happened was, he was asking, the teacher saw a guava tree and told him to pull out that. Indicating means showing that. And what happened? The boy started grasping the trunk. He was pulling and tried to pull it out, but he couldn't. It's impossible, said the boy, panting with effort. He tried, and he was panting. What is panting? Taking deep breath after when you have when you have done something extremely tiring work, you will be panting. After running, you will pant, and you are tired from the effort. So he was pulling, and when he said, it's impossible. So the teacher, what did she say? Repeat with me. So it is with bad habits, said the teacher. When they are young, it is easy to pull them out, but when they take hold, they cannot be easily uprooted. The boy understood the message and decided to get rid of all his bad habits. So what happens? So the teacher told him, same way, you told it's impossible to pull out that big tree. Why? Because the roots had gone in deep, and it's not easy to pull it out when it's very deeply. When the roots are deep down, can you pull it out? Can you pull out a tree with your? No, it's not easy. Same way for you. Whenever you have a good habit, it's going to be easy to. Is it easy to form a good habit? You have to keep on doing it. Same way, bad habits are easier to form, but it's very difficult to form good habits. And bad habits, it's very difficult to pull it out. But if you don't pull it out, it will become a big tree, and you will never be able to get rid of it. So when you are young, when somebody tells you to do something, always remember that's a bad habit. Listen to them and obey. That's the best thing that you can do to change your bad habits. When you change it when you are young, it's easier. So tell me, what is the first and foremost duty of a student? It's to form good habits, and you should have some good habits like we discussed in the first part, and now we are going to go through that once more. What are the first and foremost duty of a student? It's to be excellent in your studies and you are going to be successful in life. Do you think so? That is the first and foremost thing as a student. If you're going to do many other things, if you're going to get interested in sports and you're going to be interested in all those games and fashion and everything, will it help you as a student? No. So first and foremost, your duty is to study. Then you should be an all-rounder, but first and foremost is study. And why should you respect your teachers? Because they are the ones who are showing you the correct way. They are giving you knowledge, and when you are respecting them, you will be able to gain the knowledge that they are giving. If we are not respecting them, we will not be able to accept anything from them. So next one, what makes experience the best teacher? What is the experience that you have? Whenever you have an experience, that is the best teacher. Don't you think? So when you touch something and you burn your hand, then you learn from experience. Will you forget? Never. So that's why experience is the best teacher. And how can you learn? How can you learn anything? It's when you have a thirst for knowledge. If you don't have a thirst for knowledge, if you're not curious to know about something, you will never be able to learn anything. So be very curious, and that is the secret of learning things. Okay, so I want all of you to finish your exercises, and then we'll continue with this chapter. We'll have a recap in the next class. So till next week, bye. God bless you, children. Will you repeat with me before I go? This quote by Albert Einstein. He was a great scientist and he had only one thing to say. He was a scientist. He was telling, I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious. Passionately curious means I love to find out how things work. So that's why I have no special talent. So all of you should be passionately curious about learning. Okay?